What is up, disc golfers? Today on Iceberg TV, we have some breaking news from Calvin Heimberg and Innova Disc Golf. Calvin has officially signed with Innova for another 5 years. Now, does this mean without a doubt 100% that Calvin will be with Innova for the next 5 years? It does not mean that, but it definitely sways in that direction. Ricky Wysocki also had a 5-year deal with Innova, but wound up taking a bigger and better deal from Dynamic Discs. The sport's biggest disc manufacturer announced that Heimberg, after entertaining other offers, has re-signed on a 5-year endorsement deal that runs through the end of 2027. And I think this is really important to note that players that you think are going to stick with, the brand that they've been with for a long time, if someone is going to pay them an astronomical amount of money to play with another manufacturer, the player is going to usually go with the money. There are certain players that have higher loyalty than others, but we also don't entirely know what, goes behind the scenes. But Calvin has nothing but great things to say about Innova. Calvin says, "I think Innova matches up with me super well as a player. I can just completely focus on disc golf. I don't have to worry about anything else besides going out and playing the game that I love." One thing I thought was interesting was the new Heimberg contract was negotiated by Xander Kirby of Beacon Sports Management. So I pulled up the website for Beacon Sports Management, and I think this is really cool that disc golfers are seeking out the services of a proper sports manager and having a management team behind the deals that they sign. I know, especially in the earlier days of disc golf, there were some rumors that Paul McBeth didn't make any money on the Paul McBeth 4-time destroyers, and at the time that was like by far the most sold disc ever. Is my understanding of the situation, and Paul basically saw little to no of none of that money. And if he had a proper sports manager negotiating the deal, then things like that, may not have happened. So we see Paul Ulibarri, Calvin, Maria Oliva, Gannon, Cynthia, Kyle, Stacy, Valerie, Alexis, Mason Ford, Isaac Robinson, Zach Melton, and Kevin Jones. So we're seeing a lot of players seek out professional management, and I think that is so important, not only for PR, for marketing, but when it comes to negotiating deals and making sure the players are getting the support that they need, you want to have a manager that understands contracts, understands the ins and outs, understands how much money they should be making, and understands the business at levels that, you and I as fans may not understand. So it's really cool to see that they're actually advertising the fact that, Calvin did have a manager and they were entertaining offers from other companies. And that's all part of that negotiation process. If you take a super chill, loyal player, they may not even think about signing with another manufacturer, but they probably should be. At the end of the day, you have to take care of yourself, and you need to take the opportunity that's going to be best for you. Ultimately, I'm excited to see Calvin throw Innova for the next 5 years, and I'm wondering what disc Calvin would be throwing if he wasn't throwing Eagles. So that would have been a really fun process to see, what was going to be Calvin's next Eagle. I don't know what that would have been or who it would have been with. But we'll definitely keep an eye on it because, again, these things can change, but it seems like Calvin's locked in with Innova. They've been taking really good care of him. And they didn't say exactly how much money he's making, but I have to assume it's around $400,000 to $500,000 per year. Plus, then he gets royalties on the Halo Destroyers and the Toros, which the Toros are rapidly becoming one of their most popular molds. With all that being said, are you happy to see Calvin with Innova? Would you have liked to see him sign with somebody else? Comment down below. You're watching Iceberg TV, and take care.